Okay, one other topic hadn't covered yet, and it's a shame really. This should have been the first thing that I ever talked about, because this is the most important thing in brewing. It is the absolute most important thing without a doubt. And that is, sanitation is number one. Sanitation is more important than any other aspect of brewing, period. It's just, that's just all there is to it, really. You probably don't, you've heard it your whole life, but you probably don't realize really the amount of wild yeast, bacteria that are floating around in the air at any given time. And unfermented beer is the perfect place for them. They would love to get in there and hang out and get all their buddies in there and multiply. And something that I could pretty much say to you definitively, you can mark it on your calendar that I said it. Every home brewer is going to have an infected, or when I say infected, I mean a batch of beer that had microbial contaminants in it at some point or another. If you haven't had one, you haven't brewed long enough yet. That's all. You're going to get one eventually, but we do everything we can to prevent it. We sanitize everything. We clean everything thoroughly before we sanitize it, and that helps to lower that risk significantly. When I first started home brewing, I did sanitize things, but for one thing, I didn't know some of the best ways to do it, and for number two, I was a little bit more lax. But if you know what it's like, that bad feeling when you have to dump out a beer because one of your buddies left a full beer sitting around or something like that, and then oh, this sucks, I hate dumping out a beer. Well, you should try dumping out 5 gallons of a beer that you made. It's heartbreaking. It's not fun, and I don't want anybody else to have to go through that. I dumped out a bunch of them because they were infected before, and that's when I had to really sit back and I stopped brewing for 6 months. I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I did. I stopped brewing because I didn't know how to brew without having a batch that would just turn out terrible and undrinkable. But I stepped back from it and thought about it, and I come back with some techniques, and as we go along, I'll share some of those with you. But for right now, I want to give you a basic idea of how I sanitize. First thing I do is I clean stuff, and OxiClean I like it because you can get it at anywhere, hardware store, Walmart, whatever, on Amazon, pretty cheap. And it works really good. And if you care to go and research it and get on the internet, you'll find that most other home brewers use OxiClean too. It's just kind of our deal, and it works great. And I use some other cleaners. I will use Forever Great once in a while for certain things. I'll use Dawn, or I'll use a cleaner that's made by 5 Star Chemical. It's called PBW, stands for Post Brewery Wash. And it works really great too, or even better, but OxiClean does the trick for 90% of everything. So I just always keep a full tub of it around, and I normally keep a spray bottle of it around too. So you clean everything and then rinse it really well. If it's going to touch beer, after you've boiled it in any way, shape, fashion, or form, it needs to be cleaned with soap, rinsed, and then sanitized. Okay, the cleaning part, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I think you generally, if you're watching this, I'm going to credit you with the intelligence to know how to clean things. But do get yourself one of those little hand scrub brushes, or use a bottling brush or something. It's nice to have a brush too. And I wear gloves, a lot of rubber gloves, so I don't get this. I hate to feel that soap on my hands, but it's neither here nor there. Star San is the preferred sanitizer by home brewers. You just don't hardly find a home brewer that doesn't use Star San. It's just, God, I'd hate to know what their market share is, but it's got to be pretty high. I believe it's an ounce for 5 gallons. And so you just, measure up an ounce in there, or if you want to make it less, measure the appropriate amount, and then add your water first and then add the Star San. This stuff foams up, okay? Now, that's not a bad thing. A lot of guys, they want to go and rinse that foam off. There's going to be foam left behind when you use this sanitizer, but that's okay. It's still killing bacteria and stuff. It's helping to sanitize even after you've dumped it out of whatever you've sanitized. And that little tiny bit of foam is completely tasteless. There's no harm in it. They did actual taste tests on it, and they did all kinds of studies. I mean, the company that makes this stuff. Matter of fact, I'll just go ahead and direct you, and I'll probably tell you what, I'll leave a couple of links in the description of this video. But Charlie Talley, the chemist, I guess, that invented this stuff, has a couple of great interviews. I think he's got one on Basic Brewing Radio, and he's got one on the Brewing Network, and he goes into detail about all types of sanitizers. The iodine sanitizer, which I believe is iodophor, One Step, bleach, Star San, just all, he goes through the gambit. But this is just, like I said, by far the best. I don't know how much a bottle costs. It might be $12, $14, but this it'll last forever, because an ounce makes 5 gallons, and you can reuse that 5 gallons over and over and over. I mean, I keep it around for a couple of months, and I make it up and I put it into a big giant Rubbermaid tote, and then I just dunk everything that I need to sanitize in there, and I just leave that Star San in there, and then a month or two, depending on how much I'm brewing, I'll come back. It'll be turning kind of cloudy, which is from the minerals in your tap water. That's what causes it to turn cloudy. Maybe it'll get some dirt in there too. I mean, of course, I clean everything before I sanitize it, but it still always seems to get a little bit of dirt in there, and I'll just kind of dump it out and make some new. And doing that, I mean, an ounce at a time, I mean, it just lasts a long time. I mean, a bottle of this should last a home brewer 1 to 2 years, I would think. So it's a great product, and I highly recommend it. And also, one thing I really, really recommend making yourself a squirt bottle to put some Star San in, and this will help you to really sanitize all sorts of things. Like, for instance, before I open a fermenter, let's say I'm going to dry hop, or if I'm going to go ahead and add the yeast after it's come to pitching temperature, I'll spray the outside of the lid. I'll spray my hands off. My scissors when I open yeast, and I can just use this. I can spray the inside of my fermentation chamber. I can spray down little places and things where I might not be able to move that particular thing to the sanitizer at that time, and just completely dunk it. I mean, so there's a lot of different uses, and plus you use very little of it when you spray it like this. So I don't recommend spraying everything. I mean, obviously your fermenter and things like that, you want to go ahead and dunk it, but there are a lot of things where the spray bottle really comes in handy. So that was a trick that I've seen other homebrewers use, and I picked it up, and I always keep a spray bottle of it around. I even wipe the counters and stuff down with it in the house. I mean, it's a sanitizer, so why not? But it's not a soap. It doesn't clean things. It just, when you add this to the water, it's basically just going to seem like normal water that foams up when you disturb it a lot. There's no taste, or you can kind of smell it maybe a little, but that's really about it. And it's just, like I said, the best sanitizer out there. I mean, all the other sanitizers, they have some kind of drawback to them, and this one really just, it doesn't have any. I mean, it's just, there's really no cons to it. So I cannot stress the importance of sanitation and cleaning. It's everything. It'll make or break you. And I just don't want to see anybody watching this. I mean, I don't want to see you make a batch of beer and have to dump it out because you got a lactobacillus pellicle growing on the top, and it tastes sour as a dill pickle you got out of the deli yesterday. I mean, that's generally not what we're after here. and it can happen really easy if you're not diligent in your cleaning and sanitation. So as we go along, I'll show some more of my little tricks and pet peeves and stuff that works for me and maybe might help you to keep from getting what we call an infection. So we'll just kind of hit back on it later